How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be playing a few more games of the event as it is coming down to an end. It's going to end at the end of April, and there's going to be a new one that starts off early next May according to the schedule, if I'm not mistaken. But here Ronald Acuna is going to send one into the gap. I wasn't able to get anything going in this game until about the 5th inning, and Acuna is going to hit a triple. We're playing at Tiger Stadium, or Comerica Park. And definitely large gaps here, but on a 3-2 count with Frank Thomas up, I'm shooting the right center field gap once again. Ever since I picked up that Frank Thomas from Silver Level 1, that card has been very good for me. I'm starting to get his swing down a lot more, and I'm hitting pretty well with him online, even on the harder difficulties. There, Gary Sanchez. I put Gary Sanchez in my event lineup because he was playing up on inside edge versus lefties. And in this event, we're always facing left-handed pitching, so I figured I would put him in there. I was using the gold pudge from the Tigers team affinity just because I wanted to mix him in there. But I was able to get to 6 wins total and a few wins on this run specifically. And that's kind of how it was going for me. I would get to 4 or 5 wins. I would lose a close game, or I would get blown out because I wasn't able to pitch properly. But that's going to happen there. Trevor Story is going to lead off this game with the home run. That pitch was way below the zone. I sat on it long enough, hit it the opposite field, and that's going to be a just late home run. It might have been good, but anyway, Frank Thomas is going to shoot one down the left field line. That's going to get by the third baseman, and that's going to be a single. His left fielder played that one pretty well out there. And now we're facing Carlos Correa. I do have Oliver Perez on the mound, and I threw that one over the middle of the plate. Carlos Correa is going to send one deep. That's going to be a no-doubter off of the scoreboard, and that makes it a 1-1 game. Now I have Ronald Acuna up, and he's going to shoot the right center field gap. That's pretty much where I get a lot of my hits in this game, is pulling the ball to the left center field gap and hitting it the opposite field with the righty to the right center field gap. Same thing with lefty hitters. I've noticed that a lot more in this year's game, that you are able to shoot the gap. Here I was trying to coast underneath that ball icon, so I would avoid an animation like that where he misses the ball completely, and that cost me a run. He goes up 2-1. Now I'm in the bottom of the 5th inning, down to my last 6 outs. I brought in Lewis Brinson off of the bench in order to pinch hit for my pitcher, and this card's pretty good in this event. He has like 55 power versus lefties, and he's got really good speed and 86, and I was using this card as my go-to pinch hitter. Him and Patrick Kolovensky or something like that, some common guy who's a 50-something overall. Here I thought I hit a home run with Trevor Story. I thought this one was going to be gone, and the opponent does rob it. I was confused if that ball hit the wall because Trevor Story was still on first base, but I was able to clutch that victory out 3-2. Came back in that one and got the dub on that sac fly from Trevor Story, but definitely nice play on defense from the opponent. This opponent has a lot of great cards in Willie Mays. He was a gold level, so he did have 2 signature series cards. Probably has Tony Gwynn as well as the Frank Thomas, but he also has Rogers Hornsby, Pudge, and Willie Mays in this lineup. There he is hitting a home run with his only gold card in Trevor Story. And later in the game, I was able to at least make this one a game. Came back in this one, hit a double with Gary Sanchez, and almost got thrown out at second there. I thought he was out, to be honest with you. And later on in the game, bottom of the 4th inning, down 4-2, and Gary Sanchez is going to hit one out for him as well. That pitch was a slurve over the middle of the plate. I wanted it to get inside, but I did not quite get it far in enough, and I was able to score a few runs and make that one a 1-run game, but I did take the L in that one. I went ahead and did a re-entry, forfeited the run, and went right back into it. That's kind of how it was in this one. That's what I would do if I lost the game. If I didn't have like 8 or 9 wins, then I would just make a new team and re-enter into the event, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to 25 wins or anything like that. I didn't think I would have enough time to play, but I did want to try and experiment with this event. I heard that a lot of people were having a lot of fun with it, and it was a lot of fun to hit. I did have a good time with it. Here I had a couple late hits, a base hit up the middle with Frank Thomas, and that's going to allow my guy to get to third base. He does throw it into the cutoff man, but now we have Andrew Jones up at the plate. He went to Aaron Loop out of the bullpen, and I sent that one out with Andrew Jones. I wasn't sure if that one was going to get over the right field wall, but it does go out, and the opponent did go ahead and concede that one. Now we jump into another game, and Josh Donaldson is going to send out a no-doubter to the left field side of the field there. Definitely hooking foul, but did stay fair long enough. The opponent didn't last too long in that one either, but we'll move into another game. We have Hal Newhouser on the mound facing Vita Blue. This is also an event game, even though this guy has a team. that could be like a ranked seasons team. He does have quite a few diamonds, actually an all-diamond team with Willie Mays and a couple other studs out there. But Trevor Story starts off this game with a home run to right field. Now we have Ronald Acuna up, and I squared that one up, sent it into the left center field gap. And that's going to be extra bases for Acuna. I'm going to try to get to third base on this one. But he does have Willie Mays out there, so I tried to go back to second. He overran second base there as he did round the base. A little bit too far, got back picked. Very next batter, Frank Thomas. He would have scored him anyway if the hit was the same there. Unfortunate, but another double, and just have to kind of put that past me and try and score this next run. We do have Andrew Jones up at the plate, and he's going to send one into left field. I thought he was going to be able to make the catch there with Giancarlo Stanton, but unable to make the play, and that's going to move my guys up to second and third. I didn't know if Willie Mays was going to get that ball in quickly. I didn't want to get thrown out, so I didn't take the chance and send Frank Thomas, but I was able to rip one into the gap there with Jay Buhner. That's going to be another extra base hit, and it moves up to 3-0 lead. Could have been 4-0 if I didn't mess up there with Ronald Acuna, but anyway, later in the game, the opponent did score a run back, and then I was able to hit a solo shot with Gary Sanchez, allowing myself to get that run right back, and the opponent answered with another one, so it's 4-2, and I'm trying to do the same here with Josh Donaldson. We're going back and forth, putting up one run each. I'm just trying to keep the few run lead that I was able to get in the first inning. And this opponent left in Vida Blue, and Trevor Story is going to send another base hit into the gap. So 2 for 2 with him with the home run and a double right there. And these event games are pretty good. For 6-inning event games, they did go rather quickly because the quick counts were on in this one. And I don't normally like quick counts, but for this specific event, I had some fun with it. I felt like it was a pretty good time. And as long as there isn't guest pitch, I think that I'd rather have quick counts than guest pitch. But there, Ronald Acuna was sending one to the gap once again, and now Gary Sanchez is hitting a no-doubter to left field. That ball was on a line, making it a 7-4 game. And in the top of the 6th inning, I'm really trying to break this game open. This is the only out I have remaining, as it is top of the 6th with 2 down. And then I would look to close this one out. But to have a few run lead against a good team like this is definitely important in these event games. I'm sending another one deep with Ronald Acuna. I thought the opponent was going to be able to track that one down, as he did get a weird animation, kind of ran into the wall there. That's going to be a triple from Acuna, a few extra base hits from him in this one, and could have had 3 triples realistically, but I got thrown out in that first one. Anyway, Frank Thomas is going to send another one to the right center field gap. Once again, I mean, he's always hitting the ball the other way for me. And in this event, I did have a lot more power the other way with him than in, let's say, ranked seasons on Legend. But there with Andrew Jones, that's going to be a no-doubter sent out to left center field. I mean, playing at Coors Field, definitely a lot of runs are going to be scored. I was able to complete Clutch's Sony Partners mission and unlock this Ken Griffey Jr. So in the next video, I am going to be debuting Ken Griffey. I will have a game of ranked seasons where I have him in the lineup. And I'm going to go ahead and get right into a game of ranked seasons right now. I was once again trying to debut Madison Bumgarner, the Signature Series, as I did recently unlock him. So I haven't got a chance to use him on the mound, but we will indeed have Ken Griffey Jr. in center field in this game. And starting off the game with a couple strikeouts, I was able to get a foul ball from Willie Mays. Frank Thomas is unable to get to that one, and that one had me worried because anytime you give an extra pitch to Willie Mays, I could potentially have gotten him out in the last pitch, and luckily I was able to strike him out there. Now I have Ichiro leading off this game, and I'm getting really close to unlocking that Clayton Kershaw at silver level 40, because I did go ahead and select this Ichiro the first time around, and he's been really good for me. I'm glad that I did that. He's my favorite overall player of all time ever, and he's definitely been really good, along with this Jose Reyes. I could have probably advanced to second base on that, but I thought he threw it all the way to the cutoff man instead of all the way home. But luckily, I was able to steal second base with Reyes anyway, and ground it out to shortstop there. But that's going to be an RBI hit or an RBI out from Frank Thomas, and then I hit one on a line to Rogers Hornsby. That's going to be a line out from Pablo Sanchez. Unfortunately, I went down and got that ball, but I do have Jose Reyes' swing on my creative player now. Anyway, I sent one into the gap with Chipper Jones. That's going to be a double, an RBI double from Chipper. That card's really a really nice third baseman, even though he doesn't have the best fielding stats. Overall, he's a great hitter. And then after a walk with Ken Griffey, so I did debut Ken Griffey in this game, but he did draw a walk in his only at bat because I hit a 3-run shot with Ben Zobrist, and then this opponent did go ahead and pause the game. I figured he might quit because I heard him clicking on his controller in that pause menu. He did go ahead and concede that one. So I was in the World Series already. I'm at like 950 something rating. That was picking back up from the last ranked seasons game that I did play. 961, move up to 968 as that opponent wasn't a DS. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm College Lefty. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Peace out.